Welcome to the Washdown Podcast, and this will be episode 161. Me and Chris had a great conversation today. We talked a little bit about my recent time at the Battle Within, how much I enjoyed that program and the value in it. So, talked about some other stuff too. There's a surprise in the episode for you. Yeah, hope you enjoy it. Here you go, the Washdown Podcast, episode 161.
All crews stand by for emergency traffic. All crews stand by for emergency traffic.
That's the unit with the Mayday. Go ahead with your traffic. Command.
Yeah, I don't even think it's the treats, man. It's just she's
passed out.
Yeah.
See, now you got to put a camera on her.
Yeah, we need the dog cam for the podcast. That would probably get our views up.
You got that one right there. Just turn that one around. We'll do it right now. Who cares you're recording? People are like, you know what? I want to see this damn dog.
You know what? That's not a terrible idea.
You put it on me. We can look at my boobies, and we can all make comments about how fat I am. It'll be fun.
We're not doing that.
Jiggle, 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 jiggle. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Gotta own it, man.
Oh, fuck. How long's it been since we did an episode? It's been a minute.
I think it's been a couple weeks since we filmed.
Because we had Elliot on.
Yeah.
We're actually shooting on a Wednesday. Actually, we're going to release this today. So we're shooting this morning, people, for those of you who are going to watch this today.
Today Wednesday?
Today is a Wednesday, yeah. We were supposed to release this at 5 o'clock this morning, but,
some of us had to work.
Yeah, shit happens. So, sorry, not sorry.
I fell asleep last night with the TV on at 9:30. It was out.
Well,
so now my back and my hips are sore. That bed sucks.
Bro, the bed in my office is fucking terrible too. Like, I'm almost going to go back to sleeping in the chair.
I do like sleeping in the chair. All right, let's flip this camera around. That way these people can see this dog.
All right, I'm going to leave this camera on you, so you go ahead and talk while I mess with that camera.
Nobody wants to hear. I'm just some idiot. Nobody wants to hear what I got to say. I'm here for comic relief, and I suck at that. Let's be honest. I wish people would comment like, this guy's a dumbass. Why is he on here? Fire him. Then she followed you. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Yeah, I can't sing either. I have no discernible skills at all. Let's see. Oh, we should have flipped. Wish we could flip it over right now that we can see where you're at. I wish everybody could see this. All right, here we go. Dog in 3, 2, 1. Dog.
I think this is just the camera angle that we're going to leave it on for the rest of the podcast.
Yeah, you don't need to put us on there.
No.
Just talk about the dog. See what she does.
This will be Calming Dog Podcast. I mean, we probably get 1 million views first one up.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, so
puppy.
Anyway, the topic of this podcast is going to be, I had the opportunity a couple weeks ago to go and do the Battle Within's Revenant journey, which we've had multiple people here. We had Justin Hoover come on, who works there. Billy was on just a couple weeks ago. He's been through the program. John Howe went through. So we've had a lot of people who've went through, but I got to go experience it for myself. I went with the, I guess not intention, but the thought that it was, just a tune-up or whatever for me. Just something, learn some new skills, that kind of thing. and discovered some stuff about myself, and kind of had a couple of breakthroughs or whatever that I didn't really expect. And I don't know. It's hard, because you want to talk about the program and talk about like what they do there, but part of it is you don't want to give too much away, because coming in as a blank slate with an open mind is the best way to get benefit from that stuff.
Oh yeah, if you go in with an expectation, you're going to absolutely try and hone in on that part, and you'll be waiting on it, and you won't.
The mic is completely covering your face.
I know, it's because I'm ugly.
Every time.
I think it was supposed to be up, wasn't it? So I don't breathe on it.
Just hold your breath until, yeah. Just lean away whenever you got to breathe.
I would, but somebody locked the damn chair.
Yeah. It's
There we go.
And then we're back to this.
Hey, if she can lay down, I can lay back, man. This is the chill one, right?
This is okay. I'll give you that. That's fine.
Look at my red flippy floppy. It's not a flip flop. It's a sandal. It's a slide.
Whatever, dude. It's a flip flop. They're all flip flops.
Adidas.
Anyway, so
Shit.
the broad stroke.
I was too far back.
The broad strokes for the program, the Revenant Journey, is based on the hero's journey, right? From Joseph Campbell. Are you familiar with that at all?
Mm-mm.
So he was this like intellectual guy, whatever, and kind of put together like all of these myths, these hero myths, like Odysseus and I'm drawing
like Achilles and
Achilles,
a lot of the Greek mythology.
A lot of the Greek mythology, but it goes across all cultures, right?
Yeah, because every culture has them. Doesn't matter which one you go back into history.
So there's common themes with all of these. And I should have brought the paper down here so I wouldn't be inaccurate. But basically it starts out as, you've got this young person who it's like the call to adventure. So the perfect example is like Star Wars, right? So you've got Luke on, Tatooine. He's like just this farmer kid, but then he gets the call to adventure from R2D2. Yeah, there you go. You got the diagram right there.
All right. So you want to go over it real quick? I know you're on a Star Wars kick. You want to finish that thought, and then I'll go over that.
No. Why don't you just go ahead and do
so like Jeremy was saying, you start with the call to adventure, and then they meet a mentor. What was that? The original Clash of the Titans.
Uh-huh.
That's a classic. Here it hits all these steps.
Yeah.
Then you have the crossing threshold from the normal world to the unknown. You find a helper, and it helps you with your trials and your failures. And then you have growth to new skills, death and rebirth. That could be an or, depending on how you look at it. You have your revelation, final changes, atonement, gets a gift, and then you get back into the normal world, and you return changed. So you're a changed person.
Right.
All right, so now you're
Yes.
up. I read it. I did my job.
Yeah. So, but that's the premise of the whole thing. And I think it really resonates with especially our population, the first responder, veteran population, because we are, I don't want to say like thrill seekers so much, but adventure, like the call to duty and service.
Yeah.
And whenever you take that and you start applying that to your own mental well-being, like you can really open up some doors for yourself. So I was in there with my cohort had 10, so 9 other guys. Had cops, veterans, a couple other like one other firefighter medic. But yeah, and it's 5 days long is all it is. You get there on Monday morning at 9:00 and you're gone by Friday afternoon at 1.
Do you stay there?
Yeah. You stay there, all week. You can't leave. They have mentors there that will, help you get anything you want to get. Like, I want a soda from the store, that kind of thing. But they're people who have went through the program, so they're familiar with it. And it was great, man. Other than 5 days of yoga every morning, that kind of sucked. But
I got to admit, I used to make fun of yoga, and then so you remember when Jane and I got married?
yeah, you did the P90X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the yoga, and I was talking mad shit.
Mm-hmm.
I had never sweat so much in 45 minutes. It's like I could go out in the 110-degree heat and start digging holes, and I still wouldn't sweat as much.
Oh yeah.
And I was
dude.
and I really liked it. I think I'm gonna, because we're talking about getting back into it again, and I think I'm gonna add that into my rotation, like make it on my Saturday or Sunday that I'm home.
Yeah.
And like I do it on Sundays unless I'm at the station. Then I would just do it on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then, because it works. I mean, you build that core muscle, those stabilizers. I know my shoulders have been hurting.
Oh, dude, it helped.
Sore,
it helped so much with my leg and hip flexibility.
I need to start. I can
Yeah.
I need to get my hips being flexible again, and because I noticed when I was working out, I was feeling good. I was getting the flexibility was coming back, and then I don't remember why I stopped. We had stuff going on, and I think I got sick, and I just kind of fell back into the old routine. Then I got a little down. You know that story.
Yeah. Yeah. I know the old fell off the wagon with the working out story. So
I got all this stuff sitting there staring at me. I have to go in and keep the dust off of it. Still no clothes on it. It's all in its own room. I'm still mad about the bike. I didn't want it. I wanted the rower machine.
yeah.
And now I don't have the space for a row machine.
Yeah. I get it, man.
That's why being married sucks sometimes.
Well, it's about compromise.
It was.
You
And
know.
I compromised, and she hasn't used it.
Well, that's one of them things, man. Either you can start using it or
I did. I used it every day that I was home. I used it. And I think I got up to like 40 minutes, like level 10. And that was hard. I'm not going to lie. It was hard. It was a good workout though. I mean, I was sweating real good and all that. So the bike's not a bad thing. It's just not what I wanted.
Well, I get it. I don't do the bike at all. And I mean, we don't even have one, but I like the row machine that we have. I use at work. We've got a treadmill, elliptical, and a Stairmaster.
Sorry, there's a hair on the mic.
No.
Driving me. I kept seeing it flow back and forth, driving me nuts.
I use the Stairmaster and the treadmill. I haven't really used the elliptical since I've been down there.
See, I would use the elliptical and the Stairmaster.
Yeah. Well, I just walk. I don't do
Yeah, I mean,
I need to get back into doing more explosive things to, get my heart rate up and all that stuff.
Power walking.
Well, I walk on an incline. So, I mean,
I keep seeing a lot of stuff about people just walking on inclines, whether it's a treadmill or even out wherever, and they burn more calories than running. And it's less impact on your body and your joints. And we're getting older.
Yeah.
I don't care how good a shape you're in, you're going to get older and things are going to wear out.
Yeah.
You got to limit the impact. Even when you're younger, I think you need to limit the impact so it doesn't affect you when you get older. I mean, look at the bodybuilders.
Yeah.
They don't hold up well with age. And I'm not knocking them. I mean, you do your thing.
Yeah.
Just it's the reality of it. We see it all the time. All the stuff they eat, the supplements,
The steroids.
the steroids, and then, but all that weight that they're picking up constantly. And you know what? Do they look good? Yeah, the muscles are massive and they're ripped. I mean, I get it. That's not what I want to do, but when they get older, like look at Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah, Ronnie Coleman though is
there's
he's a
other
cautionary.
factors.
Yeah, he's a cautionary tale.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you ever watched the documentary on him,
I saw parts of it.
but the injury, his back injury, it's on film. Like you can see it because they show it in the documentary. You can see exactly when it happens, and he talks about it. He was squatting, I want to say like 800 and something pounds, and it was a free squat. So he didn't even have a rack. Like he had a spotter there with him. Like, what's a spotter going to do? You're
Nothing.
not catching 800 fucking pounds.
No, you're
And-
going down with it.
And he actually got it up. Like he went down, got about halfway up, and he said something popped. And you can kind of hear it. If you listen real close, you can hear it. And then he gets it all the way up and that was it. He's done. He's fucked up for the rest of his life because he was ego lifting.
Yeah.
I
Like,
mean,
I'm not going for that anymore. I just need to drop the weight and
like I firmly believe, especially being a first responder, being a firefighter, being a cop, whatever, like you should be in shape. You should be physically fit because it's a physically demanding job. So there's no excuse. Like you need to be able to work, and you need to be able to work for a long time. If you are doing stuff, you have to be smart about it though. Like you can't do this crazy, like the biggest thing, dude, I almost lost my shit this morning. So fucking bad. And I've said it so many times. I've made Instagram posts about it, but this it came from a fire department, official fire department page on Instagram. And I'm going to say it, these fucking idiots were doing the Murph in full bunker gear on air. On duty. Like, are you, like...
I don't know what the Murph is.
It's a CrossFit workout.
Oh, okay. That's how you got to say.
They weren't doing technically that, but it was pretty much that. They're running like 4 fucking miles, doing a whole bunch of squats and burpees and push-ups.
So this says you run 1 mile, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 bodyweight squats, and they run another mile while wearing a 20-pound vest.
Yeah.
That's the CrossFit one. That's what this says.
Yeah. But they were doing this shit in full bunker gear, and it was like 90 degrees outside because it was a department from Florida.
Oh,
like,
so apparently this came from the SEALs.
Fuck.
Or the SEALs this says, what is the Navy SEAL Murph workout?
Yeah.
So they run 1 mile, do 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, they run one more mile, all as fast as possible while wearing a weight vest or body armor.
Yeah.
That one makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have all that equipment in a battle zone, and you need your muscles to have high endurance.
Yes.
Where I think we need to have high endurance as well, but I'm not a proponent of doing that in your bunkers because of all the cancer-causing agents it has on it normally.
So, not to mention the cancer-causing agents, but we also have a vapor barrier.
Yeah.
So you're going to sweat, and you're going to dehydrate yourself to an extreme. And do you think you're going to just drink a Gatorade and be good?
Oh no. You're talking IV bags.
Yeah.
You're going to need that fluid replacement.
And you're going to need days to recover.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the standard workout.
It drives me fucking nuts.
I know a lot of people are on this big kick with the fasting. Like what Terry Crews does.
Oh, the intermittent fasting thing?
Where he'll fast for 16 hours, I think. Now, granted, 8 of those you're sleeping, so you're really only fasting for 8.
Yeah.
I don't count. I mean, you count it, but it's about 8.
Yeah.
Then you have those hours where you can eat, but don't eat like garbage.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing that everybody fucking always fails on is they don't eat good food. No, they just eat food.
I had to say something to my crew. I was like, hey guys, we got to tone down this bacon shit.
What? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I know. I never thought I'd say it, but I was like, we were eating lunch. I was like, we had bacon for breakfast, bacon for lunch, and then bacon for dinner. So we're eating dinner, and I was like, my heart kind of hurts, guys. I have a little bit of chest pain over here. It's like, it's too much bacon. I mean, and I like bacon, man. Most of the world likes bacon.
So speaking of bacon,
but it's not good for you. It's so salty and fatty.
God,
it's so good.
agree to disagree. Rachel and I, whenever we went camping this past weekend, took the dogs.
Dog cam.
Dog cam. Wow,
She is
is
out.
crashed out. She's a good dog. She's getting trained as a therapy dog.
Is she alive?
Yes, she's alive. She's
Okay.
still breathing.
You might want to check a pulse, man. She
No,
is
she's
deep sleep.
breathing. She's deeply out.
I'm used to my dogs because the German Shepherd Kratos, he doesn't snore. He'll bark while he sleeps a little bit.
She snores. She'll start snoring here in a minute.
The two bullies we have, American bullies we have, sounds like freaking freight trains.
Yeah.
And the baby, the white one, man, she was out of nowhere just start barking her head off. Never move. I'm like, what are you doing? Woke up with a dead sleep. I popped up. I was like, I was ready to go clear the house. The way she was acting. She dead asleep on the floor.
Yeah. So anyway, we go camping. And so 2 days before we left, we got a pound of bacon and I cut it up and put it in a Ziploc bag and I put the smokehouse maple seasoning on it. You know, made sure everything got coated real well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, I made a scramble with
delicious,
that.
right?
I made a scramble with that. Dude, you want to talk about freaking awesome?
Yeah.
Freaking awesome.
I'm with you. I like bacon. I'm not opposed to eating bacon. But when you have it every freaking meal, I was like, all right, guys, we got to chill the fuck out on bacon. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I kind of like to have a salad. Like Jan and I talked about it. She's like, you want potatoes? I was like, no, I'm potatoed out. Oh, did I tell you we did the DNA thing?
No, you did not tell me
Hang
you
on.
did the DNA thing.
So my parents did it. I got to find the damn app. There it
So now your genetics are in China, and the next fucking thing that comes across is going to hit you harder. Good job, buddy.
is. Whatever. 59% English, Northwestern Europe. 25% Scottish. 8% Welsh or Wales. 6% Germanic Europe. 2% Norway. 1% Ivory Coast and Ghana. We were shocked. It's like, where's the Greek at? None. Because that's what we were told for generations.
Yeah, that you were Greek
Yeah.
with a last name like Nelson.
Well, that was on my mom's side. It was
Oh.
Greek. And we were like, what? Because when my parents did it, we were like, none of us could believe what we were reading. So Kevin and
Yeah.
I did it, my brother, and Jane did it too. She got a lot of Irish in her,
That's not a shock.
which I'm surprised. So like my dad had Irish in him, but there's no Irish in me. Like
That's weird.
it's not on here. And
That's
you know what?
weird.
I think it was on the bigger. Like we had a bigger report. I think there was a little bit of Irish because it's lit up on the map.
So like 0.5%,
Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot, but
like one of your ancestors 200 years ago or
Probably.
500 years ago.
but even like but England and Northwestern Europe.
I like how you have your phone completely covering your
shit.
face on the camera.
Sorry, the camera's right there. But I mean, if you're English, you got to have
Dog cam.
Scottish in there.
I mean, not necessarily. So I just refuse to do it because all that shit goes in a database.
Whatever, dude. They can have it. It's not that big. I mean, they've got you.
Oh,
If they want you, they got you.
yeah.
They've got it all.
Yeah.
I say we start microchipping people when they're born. I'm just kidding. I don't want to do that.
What the fuck?
I don't want to do that.
Just what the fuck? I apologize to my Democrat friend. It's just fucking terrible.
Hey, man, remember hashtag fire Chris? Hashtag Chris is about to fucking quit.
Oh. Yeah, she opened her eyes at that,
That's because you clapped your hands.
and then they're slowly closing.
Too bad the other one's not down here.
Yeah, he's not 100% with her. She kind of annoys him
They're
a
better.
lot.
They're a lot better than what they were.
Yeah. Well, so she's got to the point now where because she's only 2. So she still wants to play a
Mhm.
lot. And so when we let him out in the backyard, like we almost have to let him out separately for him to be able to go to the bathroom because she just won't leave him alone. She runs into him, like barks like that play bark thing, and just constantly fucking with him. And he just looks at me like, Dad,
I just wanna pee, man."
this sucks. And like whenever Rachel took her yesterday, they were gone most of the day. So it was just me and him. Like he is fucking happy. He crawled up on the couch with me. Like it was fucking,
It's
it was
it's an
great.
adjustment. I
Yeah.
mean,
It is.
just like when Stella went to Illinois when she had babies, they were both depressed for about 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and then they were like, "Oh, who? Forgot about her." Until she came back, and everybody, it was a madhouse for about a week. They
Yeah.
were so happy and excited and playing. And
Yeah. Well, that happens, man. So anyway, back to the battle within and the hero's journey
the dog,
and the dog.
because you gotta have a companion with you.
Yeah. And probably almost in every well, in a lot of the myths there's some kind of animal companion.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I just think for firefighters and veterans and cops, like that whole idea of the hero's journey really kind of it resonates and is very applicable because if you think about it, you know, like the call to adventure is whenever we get into these career fields.
Mhm.
And then you go through and you're facing all these challenges and learning all these skills, and then you are changed. You know, I mean, we've talked about it a bunch of times of, do you really think you can come into this career field, work 25 or 30 years, and then come out the same person? My answer to that has always been no, and you wouldn't want to, right? Because that means you're not growing.
Yeah,
And I
but
was
you want to
just,
change in the right way.
yeah, and I was just kind of, I was saying what I thought about the hero's journey without really knowing it as deeply as I do now, you know, or having that thought pattern like I do now. So, you know, it's that whole program I highly recommend for everybody. And here's the thing to remember. It is not therapy. It is not a place to go if you are in crisis. If the wheels are fucking falling off, it's not a good idea. If you're someone who is like wanting to start your journey, your mental health journey and get things under control and all that, it's a great place to go. If you're already on your journey, it's a great place to go learn some new skills and start thinking about stuff in a different way. Fantastic for that. But it's not therapy in the traditional sense. But it will unlock some stuff for you. So that's why they have the mentors there. That's why they have the clinicians that are there. You learn a bunch of skills. You do yoga in the mornings every day. I won't give away all the other stuff that you do.
Do you have a room by yourself?
So I did. I think one or two of the other people did. Some people shared rooms. I don't know who made the decision on who was going to share or whatever, but there was enough rooms there for everybody to have their own room, but some guys just decided to share. So I don't know like why that was. I showed up because in the paperwork, they're like, you have to show up exactly at, I think it was 9:00 or 9:30, whatever it was. So I pulled up right at 9:30 and it said, do not be early because we do all this other stuff, you know, and don't be late, like show up right on time. So I showed up right on time. I was the last person to show up, which, you know, just irritated the crap out of me. Well,
Yeah,
I wasn't the last person. We had another person that was coming in from out of town and there was some issues with his transportation from the airport to the facility. But yeah,
Yeah, I can't show up right on time,
dude.
15 minutes early minimum.
And then of course, you know, because Rachel works out there, she didn't whenever I was there. We had talked about
That's
it.
a little
and-
conflict of interest.
Yeah. So, but I talked to her and I was like, well, where do I park? Where do, all this stuff. She goes, well, just park over here and blah, blah, blah. So I go to that parking lot and there's nobody in that parking lot. So I called Justin Hoover on the phone and I was like, hey, man, where am I supposed to be? So I walked over and one of the mentors is standing there and he's like, oh, yeah, you just, he goes, we're in this, or Justin told me we're in this building over here. So I walked over there and the mentor is there. And I was like, so, am I good over in that lot? We're like, what's going on? He goes, well, we're staying over here. So you probably want to move your vehicle and then, get all your stuff and I'll meet you right here and walk you over. So move the vehicle, unload most of my crap, walk in. But it was nice, man. The building that they're staying in now is like a hotel. I mean, it's straight up like a hotel room.
Nice.
So there's no TV in it.
Whoa.
So
how am I supposed to watch my Sons of Anarchy and my Mayans?
So I took a tablet, and I had downloaded a bunch of stuff to watch. I watched Iron Fist while I was there, and actually I watched the roast of Tom Brady too. But
Yes.
there's not a lot of downtime to like do that at night. So like by the time that I'd get back to the room at 9 o'clock ish or so, like I might stay up for another 30 minutes and then I'm going to sleep. So, cause you're up, I got up at 6 every day cause we were doing yoga at 7 or actually 6:45 or something like that.
You
I
have
don't
your own
remember.
shower in the room and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Own bathroom, own shower. So that was nice.
I get tired of sharing a bathroom with other guys.
Oh, dude, that's one thing that I really, really hate about my new station is having to share a bathroom with the other captain.
Yeah, but see, at least it's only one or two other people. I don't know if you're because I know you got the third office. So I don't know if the senior driver uses that bathroom too.
So
Some do, some don't.
yeah, on my shift, no. But on B shift they do. I don't know about C shift. I'm sure.
I guarantee you see shit.
Yeah. Anyway, that's.
I mean,
neither
it's not a
here
big
nor
deal.
there.
But at least
Yeah.
it's only one or two other people. To where like my station, it's everybody.
Yeah, your station sucks.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like my guys. I don't have any complaints, but
yeah, it's just the station, man.
yeah.
And we're in the same boat of having we both have older stations
Mm-hmm.
that have had semi remodels,
Yeah.
but hasn't been remodeled to the point where you get those modern amenities from the newer stations.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, there's a lot to be said about at least my new station is all one level. I
Yeah,
don't have to walk upstairs to
I
go
like
to the
that.
gym, like now our gym is out in the bay and last day it was a little bit steamy out there.
I'd rather it be hot than cold.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. That was the thing that annoyed me at the last station is, so we're on A shift, or I'm on A shift, C shift or B shift. I don't know. I think it's probably C shift. We go in there and work out and open all the windows, which is fine for them, but then they left them open all night long.
Yeah, well, because when they went up there, it was hot outside. That's fine. But you need to close them when you're done because it gets chilly at night.
Yeah. They're just rude and inconsiderate. Just don't think about that stuff. So
Nope.
it is what it is. Not my problem anymore. I work elsewhere. So
I do like the one level stations. I don't think they should be two levels anymore. I think we're past that. That's a personal opinion.
yeah. Well, I 100% agree on that. There's no reason why it shouldn't all just be one level.
There's been too many injuries over the years of falling down the hole for the pole or not gripping it tight enough or gripping it too tight, coming down for whatever call. And some of those 2-story stations around the country, it's a long fall. And it doesn't wind up good for you.
Yeah. No, we both know somebody that almost freaking died
Mm-hmm.
falling through that hole.
You wake up in the middle of the night, the bells go off, you've been asleep for that right amount of time to where you're awake, but you're not. Like you're in that daze, that fog, where you just can't.
Yeah.
And your brain's not connected to your hands and your legs, and you're just kind of a wet noodle, and you go to grab it, and
Well, but I will say this with a caveat. There are places where just because of space restrictions,
There is that. I get it.
like you have to build up, you can't build
Yeah.
out,
No,
which
and I agree with that too.
and I get it. Those are things that are just, it is what it is. That's not going to change. So you got to make do. But in areas where the city is spread out, there is, you have space to be able to put everything on one level. Just put it on one level.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you're at a station where, like my old station, the captains of the pumper and the truck, their offices were as far from the apparatus as you could get. So it took, I mean, you're talking about minutes, like at least a minute to almost 2 minutes to get from their office to the rig.
Mm-hmm.
So that's adding to your response time
I
already.
took the stairs when I worked there. I took the stairs.
Mhm.
They're right there by the office. I get down the stairs and across the station just as fast as running all the way over the pole and then sliding down.
Yeah.
Like it's faster.
Yeah.
I might be a little more out of breath, but it wasn't that big of a deal. And I might put my shoes on. I might not put my shoes on. It just depended on the call. Not that
Yeah.
I like running around the station in socks, but
I'm putting my shoes on or my flip flops or something. I'm not walking around in sock feet at the fire station. I can't do it. Can't.
if it's one of the ones where I put my feet down and I was in them in my sandals, fine, I'm good to go. But if it was one of those ones where like I go to put it in and it flips over, I'm like, fuck it, I'm rolling.
Oh,
But yeah, I'm a one level person.
yeah. I for sure am one level. She is just she's
happy.
ridiculously cute is what it is.
She's happy.
Yeah, and she's just out. So I think we'll probably keep her down here for the next one.
Yeah, doesn't bother me any.
Anyway, well,
We need a fourth camera now.
yeah, but we'll have to figure out a different way because we're maxed out on inputs. We need that
So
camera switcher thing.
you get a webcam for the computer.
I'm using the webcam for the
Well,
computer.
you can buy an external webcam, is what I'm saying.
I don't have a way to connect it. You have to plug it in.
Should be plugins on the side.
I'm using all of them. I'm using all of the inputs on this computer. So if we were to add another camera or anything like that, we would have to get a camera switcher that has 4, 6, however many inputs. So, I mean, we can run down to Micro Center right now, and you can spend $400 if you want,
Pass.
and then another $600 on a camera.
No, I'm good.
Oh, well. So, do you have anything else, Chris? Anything that you've been wanting to talk about?
No, not really.
I mean, it's just you and me here. It's not going to go anywhere else.
I
This
know.
is a safe space.
The dozens of people might say something. I don't know. Oh.
We talked about you taking your hat off when you're sitting out there. There's a glare. I know what I'm going to get you for Christmas.
Rogaine?
Rogaine. I'll send you to. Are you familiar with Misadventure Lab on YouTube? Have you ever watched it? Okay. So those guys all got started with the Matt's Off-Road Recovery channel, and then they split off and started doing their own channel. And they've got, I guess one of the guys who is doing it is like super fucking rich. Like,
Well, that helps.
yeah. Well, him and one of the other guys are kind of going baldish. Like the one guy's really going bald, and the other guy's pretty much, but he wears a hat all the time, so you couldn't tell. They flew to Turkey and filmed it to get hair plugs to have hair implants done. Yeah,
Pass.
it was hilarious. They said, but it was cheaper with the flight, the hotel, having the procedure, the flight back, all of that stuff. It was cheaper to go there and do it than to try to do it here, which is insane to me.
No, that sounds about right. I mean, that's not that bad. Is what it is, man.
I just figure I'll just wear a hat forever.
Yeah, I'll wear hats. Hats don't bother me.
Yeah. All right. Well, I figured we could just come down here and do a little bit of a quick one and kind of.
I don't even know how long it's been. I can't see. It's like 30-something minutes.
39 minutes. Yeah. So it's a quick one, just a little update of, and a little plug for the Battle Within. So
just need more shots of the dog.
Yeah.
That way you can extend it to 45.
Well,
I mean, what's 5 more minutes?
What's 5 more minutes? Oh, and so here's the other thing about the Battle Within. I'm sure it's been talked about a bunch, but it's free. Like the only thing you have to pay for is getting there. So like your room and board, meals, all that stuff, that's free. The service is free to go through the program.
Good food.
Like, yeah, food was good. Pretty much as much as you want to eat. They have snacks all day for you. So, and coffee all the time. So
I do like coffee.
Yeah.
Is it Black Rifle coffee?
It is not Black Rifle coffee. I don't know what it is. It wasn't bad though. So
that's my brother and sister-in-law bought some what was it? It was like AK Black Medium Espresso or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's not many coffees I can drink straight black.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of them. Like that was delicious.
Yeah.
But I can drink. I guess there's more than one because I can do Folgers straight black. Because we moved my uncle down here from Iowa the other day, and he already bought a house.
God dang.
Same town as my parents, and my brother, which is nice. It's down in town, nice little house. It's old, built in 1960. Yeah, my coffee's gonna be here today.
Nice.
My new coffee, but we've had a lot of conversations because the way he was going through by himself up in Iowa, and it's like you can't be doing that alone, man. So I need to make some phone calls on his behalf for his benefit because he was in the Air Force for 24 years, active duty the whole time.
Dang.
So because he was worried about VA, I was like, we got 2. It's like we're fine. We'll get you to 1. Not a big deal. We got nothing against Iowa, but he wasn't far from Des Moines, but he wasn't close.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we have a lot of hospitals, and we have really good hospitals, some of the best in the country. And I will fight you on that.
Well, and that's kind of the problem for, service members who get out and retire and are from rural areas or move to rural areas, is getting to the VA for services can be kind of a pain in the ass because they're not in every town.
No.
Like, and they're
not in every city either.
Yeah. I mean, so it's a challenge.
We're lucky to have 2 fairly close to us. Now, granted, one is by an active base.
Yeah.
On the other side of the state line, but we've got 2 close, and they do a decent job. It's the VA, and it's controlled by the government, so that is what it is. But they do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
So just figuring everything out as we go, but that's been stressful for everybody. But I've already seen a positive change in him, and hasn't even been a week yet. He's been back down here.
Well, so that goes to community, right?
Yeah, he's back with family.
Yeah, of having people around that you can talk to, rely on, and because we've talked about it a million times, you can't go through a lot of this stuff alone. Like there are old sayings for a reason because they're mostly true. No man is an island, right?
Correct.
So why, and I think it's personality-wise, a lot of it, and because that's what you're told as a man for forever is do it yourself. That's part of that being masculine, whatever. And it's not applicable. It's really not. It takes a village for a fucking
It
reason.
does, and you need I think once you have the tools in your tool belt, you can handle some things alone, but not a lot. I mean, there's gonna be little things that come up during the day or the week or whatever. You got the tools, you're gonna handle it, you're gonna move on. But then something big is gonna come up, and that's when you need people around you, whether it's family or close friends, whatever. And then they'll help you get through it. And sometimes it's as simple as a conversation. That's it. To let them know, hey, we're here, we got you, don't worry about it. You know, he's older, he's gonna be 69. Okay, I'm on it.
You don't have to deep throat the mic, but you have to be close enough to where we can actually hear what you're saying. And if you're talking real far back and it's really like this, and then nobody can hear what you're saying.
It's not my fault.
100% your fault.
No, it's
Yeah.
my fault.
Yeah. Anyway, back to coffee.
Coffee.
I'm a big fan of the Beyond Black, but also I like the Murdered Out of Black Rifle Coffee. It's the like extreme black, and it is
I'll have to try it.
it's delightful.
So like we had to go to Westlake the other day to get some stuff. Didn't have it. It's like your website says you do. Like, well, not our location. I'm like, maybe you should update your website. Right here. It says right here.
Well, so
And I'm not mad at it. Don't get me wrong. Shit happens. It's a big company. I get it. I'm not angry. I know for a fact that where everybody else is, their Westlake does have it because I've seen it.
so
I've had hands on it.
Academy Sports has it. They have the ground version. So what I need is the whole beans, right? Because I grind my own coffee, and especially when we go camping, because we use a percolator.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to grind it. It has to be a bigger grind.
Yeah.
Right? Or else it'll fall through, taste like crap, whatever. Well, the last time that we went camping, we all went down to Arkansas for 4 days. And Rachel went and picked up coffee from Cabela's, because that's pretty much the only place that you can get it around here that's the whole bean. Well, she goes and picks up 2 bags of Beyond Black, comes home, they're in a bag, she sets them on the counter. And I'm like, sweet, one thing that I don't have to do. So the night before we are getting ready to leave, like 9 o'clock at night, I'm packing everything up. I pick up the coffee and it squishes. And I went, oh no. Looked at it, it was ground. And I was like, what the hell? Like, and she's like, I'm sorry, you could just go to Target and get this. I don't want another brand. Like,
Yeah, this
no,
is what I want.
this is what I want. This is what I make at camp. Everybody knows this is what Jeremy makes. So I had like a quarter of a bag. I had just enough to take on the trip. I wouldn't have any. I had the ground. Use the ground at home for, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you're still going to use it.
But so yeah, but she's like, well, we can stop, on the way down or whatever. And I was like, all right, yeah, it's not really out of the way. There's a Bass Pro Shop or whatever in like Rogers, Arkansas. So I was like, all right, that's fine. We'll just do that. So I get on their website and start looking, and I'm looking at like Academy Sport. I'm looking at every store that I can think of that is along the route. Nobody has beans. I looked at Cabela's site and nobody had beans, and it was all out of stock for whatever reason for like 2 weeks. Nobody had beans anywhere. And I was like, oh man, this sucks. But we made it through. We persevered. We adapted and overcame, and it was fine. And everybody had coffee at camp, and everybody was happy.
Amazon, man.
Amazon doesn't deliver that fast. Not that coffee, unfortunately.
No, it was a lot of stuff we'll get like overnight.
Yeah.
And that's cool. But yeah, the coffee was a couple days.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not in a hurry. I got to work and all that. I can wait till it's coming this afternoon. I can wait till Thursday morning.
Yeah. So we have ours on auto ship, and unfortunately it gets delayed a lot. So you have to pay attention to it. If you put it on auto ship,
We've been getting the K cups for Folgers auto shipped. I've got so fucking many. I was like, I can't drink it that fast.
yeah. Well, you space out your auto ship a little bit more.
That's what I told her. I was like, just cancel it. Just stop it.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like, what are we saving? Like an extra $1? I don't care. It's $1.
Well, you can always resume.
Yeah.
So not that big of a deal.
But I'm gonna try this, and
Yeah, they have the K cups for Black Rifle coffee too.
yeah, you know how much they are?
They're expensive.
49 something for 50.
Yeah, I know. Because Rachel has K cups for
was like,
Black Rifle coffee.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'll just make the pot of coffee and suffer through and drink it.
I guess we could have squared up that camera a little bit better.
It was an afterthought.
Yeah.
So people get to see your basement floor.
Yeah. Is what it is.
It's a basement.
Yeah. It's a cute little pitty sleeping. So I hope this will be the thumbnail picture on YouTube, but it probably won't.
Probably not.
But it would be awesome if it was. It'd probably trick people into clicking on it. Clickbait.
Yeah, they'd be pissed. Get some comments.
All right. Closing thoughts, Chris. Closing thoughts.
I don't know why you always do this to me.
Because you should be prepared. It's been 3 years. We've been doing this for 3 years.
And take care of yourself. This one's all you, man.
From the mouths of babes.
This one's all you. This was your story.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, I just want to reiterate, Battle Within is a great program. They've got great people working there. Adam, Justin, Jamie, all the mentors. I'm not going to name them by name. You know, I really appreciate the program, and I can't recommend it enough. For veterans, first responders, if you are a cop, a firefighter, an EMT, a paramedic, consider going. Learn some new skills. Start taking care of yourself. You won't regret it. So, and like we always say, thanks for stopping by. If you're struggling to reach out, there are people out there. There are programs out there. If you know somebody that's struggling, reach out, let them know you care. Let them know what programs are out there. If you don't know what programs are in your area, drop us a line, man. An email, a comment, whatever. We'll try to get you hooked up. So take care of yourself, and we'll see you next time.